Hello and welcome to the Tiger Fonix podcast. I'm your host, Jack Houston, and joining me on the podcast today on the black couch, we have Ari Moser.
We're pretty much such good friends that we are joined at the hip now.
It's like that movie Stuck on You, with Matt Damon and that other guy.
I don't, but
they're like twins that are connected through the midriff.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what it's called. What's that called? Siamese twins?
If only there was something in real life like that concept of two people being stuck together.
I can't think of one. And joining us over on the Chesterfield, we have the Jonos, Jonty Morgan and Jonathan Wallace.
Hey. Oh yeah, I got to talk.
The good thing about this is we have cameras today. Episode number 40. This is the first video podcast.
We're breaking new ground.
Yes.
I say that. The footage might never be used.
I don't think it will.
But hey, we'll just see. But John, keep in mind that the microphones, we are actually having audio listeners as well, so just don't
No, right, surely.
I'm
so accustomed to the video because it's the first one and all.
The puppet show segment may be lost on some people.
I'm sorry, Jonty. I know you were really looking forward to that.
Oh, heck me. What a shame. But today's podcast is going to be fantastic because...
Sponsored by Audible.
We got a video, we got a first sponsor, we got Jonty coming up with ideas and then letting them go nowhere. This is the first podcast that's been filmed or recorded in 2019. We have uploaded one, but that was from the end of last year, featuring Xenis the Menace.
We pulled a sneaky one on you.
We did. But this is the first one in 2019. Pretty excited about it.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Everyone had a good break. You guys had a good break.
I did break something.
What? Tell us.
Just the work break. I broke it in half. Bit of a gap. Break it up a little.
I thought that story was going to be way more exciting.
Yeah, I was like, break a leg or an arm.
I'm the king of the
Can someone put a mark on the board for a Jonty story that goes nowhere?
Yeah, that's a notch.
Call me Jonty, the anti-climaxer.
I already said that, but then he made it funnier by repeating it. One of those things.
I never heard you say it. So.
Oh, I did.
If only there was audio evidence.
Yeah, it's not recorded, so who knows? We just do this for fun.
We'd be up to strike 3 on Jonty's anti-climax board.
Unsatisfying.
Yes.
So that means that we're in January at the moment, and coming up soon is the
February.
Jonty.
What's coming after that? What's after that?
Honestly, it's a mystery.
Who knows? You're totally through me. It's the hottest 100. Triple J's hottest 100. Now I've voted. Have any of you guys placed your votes?
No.
Are any of you going to?
Yes.
I will.
So voting closes next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
So you've only got like 4 days.
Ah.
Wait, what time does it close?
It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Midnight.
time.
Midnight Tuesday.
I'll read you my top 10 votes.
Go for it.
And you guys can see if maybe you agree with me or not.
Okay, great.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, maybe vamp because I don't know where they are.
Okay.
Show your mouth. Okay, so in no particular order, I have The Weeknd and Kendrick Lamar, "Pray for Me," from the Black Panther soundtrack. Mm-hmm. Then I have Kendrick Lamar and is it SZA? Is that how it's pronounced? All the Stars.
It's pronounced
also from the Black
Star.
Panther. Is it?
It is.
That's why I was asking.
And that's why I told you.
Hey, welcome to the podcast. I then have The Fundamentals, "I Miss You" and "Everybody But You." I have Lime Cordial's "Dirt Cheap," Schoolboy Q, 2 Chainz and Saudi X, Joyride 6 AM,
Oh, yes.
Confidence Man, "Don't You Know I'm in a Band," Post Malone, "Better Now,"
Yes.
and Spit Syndicate, "Contraband and Conversation."
Yeah. For the
I know
camera.
one of those songs.
Really? Which one?
The Post Malone one.
You know the Black Panther ones, surely.
Probably but not by name.
You would probably know all of them if you heard them.
Yeah, maybe. You
probably
played me that
would.
song earlier.
They play at least a little bit in that movie, Black Panther.
Johnny knows. Johnny's onto it.
Great insight.
So, you guys haven't voted yet, but what sort of stuff's floating around your mind do you think you'll either vote for or will get in?
I know what I want. I've got one song that I'd like to vote for. It's the one song I'd like to vote for is the entire Last Dinosaurs album because it's always really good. But that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Again, a Post Malone song. Chuck that Spider-Man one in there. What is it?
Sunflower.
That's right. I like that. It's good.
Yeah.
And I'm not always about like the real popular that style of music, but I like it. It's good.
He's doing really well.
He
at the
is.
moment, you know. I mean, obviously he needs my validation in order to feel himself. So you've
That's
got
how
it.
he's going to succeed.
Yeah. But no, everything is put out. It's smashing it out of the park. Jono, you got anything?
I don't usually vote because I can never pick 10 of my favorite from the year. But look, if I had to pick what I think is going to win, I'd put it down to something a bit more poppier, something like probably the Sicko Mode or Praise the Lord or Mo Bamba or something like that.
Or even just like, I'm sure she released a song in the year, Ariana Grande. Whatever she put out.
Well, I did try and vote for
Thank You Next.
Let's not forget about
Thank
it.
You Next.
I did try and vote for that, but it's not on their list of songs pre-selected. So
yeah,
I think
true.
you can add it in, but songs that you have to add in never make it into the countdown because it's like no.
I don't know.
one's
A song like that might. A song like that.
I would be excited to hear it, but I really don't think it's going to be.
Oh wait, I'm talking Ariana Grande.
Yes,
so
what I'm talking
thank
about.
you. Oh, okay, yeah.
Have they taken down those pop options? Because a few years ago, everyone was worried that they were introducing all these pop, real mainstream songs, and they were worried.
Are you talking about like the Taylor Swift thing and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think like every song is eligible to be played to get in, but they only list like a certain like all the bands that they play or whatever they sample on their website for you to just
And they
pick from a list.
prioritise Australian artists?
Maybe.
They like
it's alphabetical, so I don't really think they can prioritize ones.
Alphabetised by country, yeah. Australian.
Yeah, sure, okay. What about you?
Just remember, this is a video podcast.
Yeah. So my just like staring off into the distance.
I want to see if I can make it into that camera at some stage.
You probably want your hand movements, Ken.
No, I stay real quiet when we talk about music because I'm not like massive. I don't really stay on like up to date with music. I've honestly, you're on both cameras.
This is
You're not just you're trying to get into this camera, but that camera can see you perfectly.
Shout out to
Fully
Jonty's
flipping
mum,
it
who's
off.
probably going to see that.
But
Shout out
can
to
you blur
Brent.
that? Can you blur that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Put like a chicken sausage there or something.
Chicken.
Or a
Yeah.
big-
Yeah,
Chicken
no, no,
sausage.
But why not a vegetarian or vegan sausage?
Oh, we'll go a vegan option.
Piece of kale.
but
Sawdust and milk.
That would be a vegan option.
but yeah, I'm not really up to date with like all the music. Like I was talking before, like I've listened to the same song, like the same 6 songs. You know, the Spotify like your top 100 songs.
That's only 6 of them.
No, like there was a full 100, but the ones like outside of the top 10, I genuinely do not remember listening to.
Well, you do even know the song.
Like there's a couple in there where I was like looking at it, I have no idea what this song is.
Oh wow! And you
So
top 100.
I pretty much just listened to like this entire year, just the Rubens. So I'm gonna have to say
That would explain.
Never Ever would probably be my like top vote for
Solidarity. You said that 2 weeks ago.
yeah. Like I said, I've listened to the same songs, but like the same album on repeat for the last year. So I'm not really changing my mind over 2 weeks.
So what do you think is going to win then?
Honestly, I have no idea.
So
I have no idea what's on the radio.
I don't know if it's eligible to win or not, like if it's been voted for, like it's in the list, I didn't look. But you know that last year, the car challenge, the Kiki, Do You Love Me, that Drake song?
Yeah.
In My Feelings by Drake.
I have a sneaking suspicion that if that can be voted for, I didn't check, but
It's
if
in
it
your
can
feelings?
then I reckon that'll win.
I reckon a Drake song would be in the top 10 for sure, if not more than one.
The other one I think could win, This Is America by Childish Gambino.
I don't reckon it'll win.
Well, because it's got that like almost that meme status because it was a meme at some point. Sort of like Man's Not Hot, that got in last year, but it was in the 40s. So I reckon we could see it anywhere between 40 and number 1, hypothetically. So
Yeah,
or
I reckon Drake will be like inside 15.
multiple times.
I think in the top
Like
10.
I just like think like inside 15 is
You
pretty
know,
consistent with his taste in women as well. So
Yeah. Well, you know...
Wow.
Heck, I didn't see that.
didn't see that coming.
About that one. Well, like if you were to view it from a Spotify perspective, he is number 3 on Spotify. Most listened, followed by Ariana Grande is number 1. I can't remember who number 2 is.
Kendrick Lamar.
Is it
I
Kendrick?
don't know. I just put that.
I don't know.
You're great. Great.
Just a big fan.
Facts, guys.
If only we had a
Rubens
phone
is
here.
number 4. Yeah.
If only we had a phone here that we could look up with the Spotify top
Yeah, just
20
everyone,
artists.
just hang on real quick. We're just gonna spend 5 minutes on our
Oh,
phones.
if someone could vamp, surely.
Well, I mean, we can continue the podcast while
So, the hottest 100 day wise, it's now Sunday the 27th this year.
Yeah, sounds good.
What are you doing? Are you doing anything?
I think I'm with you.
Yeah, you are with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you driving up?
I think so. Yeah, I
You
think
say
I'll.
that
I
now?
think I'll.
Oh, I know where you
yeah.
guys are going.
Don't know yet.
Yeah.
I was invited last year, but I didn't attend last year. So
Well,
I
you
don't
get-
think I've been
you-
invited this year.
Well, I mean, we can talk off camera about it, perhaps.
I think we should make these plans right now. Like now that it's at the front of our minds.
If it
we
was
should
my
talk about
event,
it.
I'd totally invite you, but I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
No, it's
No,
good.
we get it.
I think I have plans anyway. Like doing something else. Anything, really.
Alright,
Well, last
now you're
year,
seeming desperate. Just tone it back.
did you come last year?
Yeah, I was there last year.
So you remember Lenny had like a big inflatable flamingo, a big pink inflatable toy?
So many things sounded weird there.
Yeah, I thought that was going somewhere else.
So did
yeah.
I. Anyway, carry on. Yes, the inflatable
Please,
pink
yeah, I
flamingo.
remember.
Anyway, it got like immediately deflated. Someone put a hole through one of the wings, it just went down. We ripped the head off of it. So we had the neck and then the head, and you could put it over
Oh,
and
yeah.
attach it here.
That
and,
seems safe.
and then when you exhaled, the whole head inflated.
That yeah.
Right?
Don't try this at home, kids.
Tarly just sent me a Snapchat. They still have it.
Oh.
So that's going to make a resurgence in, well, this time next week, basically.
Yeah.
How many? I must ask. Was there any fatalities last time?
There was some
No.
close one. It was a big day.
It was a
we were
huge
wrestling.
day.
We spent like probably like two or so hours like straight just like wrestling in the pool.
Yeah.
It was. I walked away sore.
I was thinking that we could
That
get
was
like
It's not
a,
unrelated.
man on man
Yeah.
action.
I was thinking we could get like a volleyball net or something for the water. That would be fun.
Yeah. And then
Um,
you can tangle people up in it.
Yeah.
And just sink
I don't know what that was.
with a flamingo
Gurgling sounds.
attached to you,
Um,
wrapped in volleyball net,
yeah, no, but it's gonna be good. Let's not go too deep into like an inside joke with
or
all,
into the water.
like, our friends'
Good.
event.
I
Yeah,
have no
considering
idea what
none
you
of the
guys are
listeners are
talking
going to
about.
be able to come and experience that.
This is how most
our
of the podcast-
Norwegian
Actually,
listeners-
some of them
Nice.
probably.
Probably.
A hefty chunk.
I feel like this whole podcast is an inside joke to Jono because he's just. I reckon.
I have no
Yeah, is
idea.
this is your second episode?
It is, yeah.
You like
But
a little
two in the last three though, incing this one.
That's a good ratio.
So
2
you're
out of 3
punching
ain't
along
bad.
nicely, very nicely. You'll have more than Sam soon.
He has, what, 3?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Shout out to Sam who couldn't make
on
it.
the podcast. It feels like he's been a huge part of. I mean, he has, but it just feels like he's been on way longer.
Well, he's the one that's in charge of making all the posts on the social media.
And the last one was
so
fantastic.
if you see anything, it was right.
It was so good.
You want to read it out? I
Yes,
can't remember what it
sure.
was, but
I
it was
will.
good.
I will.
So if
Neither
you
can
see
I.
any of these posts, you've got Sam to thank for that. He's-
You to
Just write in the
thank.
comments.
Sorry, son.
Thanks, Sam.
yeah, get around him. He's doing a really good job.
Just don't get up him.
No, you don't want that.
He doesn't want that. I'm looking something up. You guys have got to keep the banter.
And
flowing.
if you're looking on the social media and you haven't already liked the page, chuck a quick like on there. It's just one click.
Sneaky little.
Tell a friend.
Yeah.
And tell a friend that you heard it from me.
Tell your mum and dad.
Don't.
Or don't. You know, keep them out of it. They're not interested.
Hey,
They
the
won't-
more
they won't
likes, the
understand.
better.
Tell
My
your
parents
old
are on
papa.
the podcast now, so
They're listening to it. They're not on it.
well, you know what I'm.
Let's get
they're
them on there.
We
Like,
should.
Special
we should.
guest.
Let's get
Alright,
Peter on
experiment.
it.
I just want to
Actually,
say like you're on the beer, like you're on the beers.
Yeah, 'cause they're
like, You're
drinking
not
the
inside the
beers.
beers. You're not in. You're not a portion of the beer. You just drink in the
who
beer.
is on the podcast
Get into
today?
Australian slang.
Us.
Get on it.
Yeah.
I'm not
John.
in.
They might be onto the podcast now. They're
That's
not
what I
on
meant.
it. That's not what you said.
I said on it, but I didn't mean a participant. I meant like a like.
Are they
someone
drunk
who
on the
listens.
podcast? Like, just so eager.
Learn
for more.
Australian
I mean.
slang. I feel like we should make a Facebook.
Sorry,
poll or
English
something.
is my second language. So.
You, start,
They're
you
high off the
started by
podcast.
saying slang. learn the English slang.
Slang.
Get
All
it.
right, read us that
Now.
sweet.
Tiger Fonix podcast ep 29.
Cool.
Yeah, that's right. Little hashtag.
So
there, Sneak.
21 episodes ago, he's
is
got
a
a
long
backlog.
time. We're
He's got a
going-
backlog to
We're
get
getting
through.
there. So Jack Houston, your host.
You know that's Jack Aha as in take on me, right?
No.
Yeah. You know, like take on me.
Take on me.
Yeah, that's the one.
Anyway, what? Can you not?
No, this is important.
That was very important.
You know what?
Can I see?
Was that directly
We wanna
to you?
see it.
No, that was story. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Who is that? Did we find out?
I don't know.
All right.
But I'm gonna find it.
Is
We
that
gotta find out.
who is that?
I don't know.
Uh,
We'll talk about this later. Let's not.
I want to keep watching
no,
the
it's not
replay though. I mean, I could skip this and then wreck your day, but I'm not going to because
It's on
I'm
story.
a genuine fellow.
Jonty.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on story.
Oh, I just received a text message. Sorry, we got to get off this.
We've all got text messages all of a sudden.
Let me grab my phone.
Did you as well?
I'm just going to send... Oh,
Don't say the name.
Not gonna say
So, I never finished what I was saying there. And there goes the
That's
speaker. Speaker is dead. That is the dead speaker now. Jack, aha. I'm going to stick with that. Jack, aha. Houston.
Okay, do whatever you want to get.
Your host with the most and is co-host Mittens. Hosting regular part-time hosts Butterboy and your side host clambering to become co-host Mr. Calrissian.
Lander.
Fantastic. I
I
like
like
this.
the side host. I like side host. It's good.
Yeah.
A lot of layers to that.
But
He's very clever.
there's more to this as well.
Okay,
so
let's hear it.
How many hosts is too many hosts? Good question, Sam. Listen to the guys discuss their overuse of the word host and make the most of having nothing in particular to talk about. Click the link below to catch up on TFT.
Nice.
That was
TFP,
wrong. See,
What's
let me.
Team Fortress 2.
Thank you, got me.
First of all, TF2 is always referred to as TF2, not TFT.
Damn it.
It was pretty close.
Pretty close. But
All right, I feel like we can
Tonsils
cut that,
for tonsils.
and I'm going to re-say that little bit. It's not.
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
get
just cut it.
We're going to continue it anyway.
Please.
So, click the link below to catch up on the hashtag TFP.
Nice. That was a little bit of self-promotion inside the podcast itself.
It was, but
Go back and listen to episode 29. It was a banger.
2 likes and 44 views. Excellent. That's what we like.
That's a good ratio.
That's the worst ratio, but it's okay. I mean, judging by the title itself, I would like it.
There could have been a worse ratio.
It's like if you go to a party and there's 44 dudes and 2 chicks.
I'm sorry. Where are these parties?
I'm going to sip my drink loudly.
Great. All right, so let's talk about some new movies that are coming out. I was shown 2 trailers this week.
Marvel
You
segment.
were shown to your trailer?
Yeah, I don't believe they're
Someone
new.
sit you down?
They're both new.
It's just, did they take my
Cam sat me down and said, "You've got some trailers to watch, boy," and I watched some trailers. So the first one, you're right, Jonty, is Spider-Man: Far From Home. Have you seen it,
I
Ira?
have, yeah.
What did you think?
Interesting. So I did a little bit of research, and because I didn't know anything about
That's all I have to
Maestro.
hear.
Wait, is this another Spider-Man movie?
Maestro.
Yes.
But like,
Do you,
not
think,
an
do
animated
you mean
one yet.
Mysterio?
No,
Is
no,
that his name?
Actual Spider-Man.
Is it not Mysterio?
No, it's Maestro.
Are you sure? It's not a piano player.
No, it's Maestro.
You don't even. Don't.
I've
I know
heard
the word.
Maestro many
Have you ever heard the
times.
word Mysterio before?
It's spelt with a Y.
But
That's consistent with the word Maestro.
Isn't it M-I-E-S-T? Like if you're
It
playing
is.
the piano,
He's
Maestro?
right.
It
He's
is.
right on that part. You're right on the...
Mysterio, like mystery is spelt with a Y. It's Mysterio.
Okay. See, I haven't visually... He's right, it's Mysterio. Yes, he's right. He's right.
But you know what? Like we said on this.
Jonty's like, good point. Everyone's making good points.
Okay.
I like how I've agreed to both, so I can't be
It's
wrong
Mysterio.
It is Mysterio.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, but,
Maestro.
now. No,
Watch out,
Maestro...
Spider-Man. Here comes that piano player. Whoa, let's
comes
hope he
the
doesn't throw any
Maestro.
black keys at us.
Mysterio.
I was
Okay.
waiting for it. Black key
I'm on board.
reference.
You know what? That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah.
So good at keyboard. He's
resent
destroying me.
No, well, I did a bit of like. Obviously, I did not enough research to learn his name. But like, he doesn't actually have any powers.
Right.
So his entire thing is he's a magician, but not like the Doctor Strange kind of magician, like the
Illusionist.
Hollywood
David Blaine.
Dynamite. Las Vegas type of magician. So,
Interesting.
Yeah, so
That's
he's-
kind of dumb.
well,
So this is his name, apparently. Played by Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep, one of my favourite actors. Weirdly enough. But yeah, great actor. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure like his powers, like his abilities, are more just like illusions and like.
He's got abilities. Does he have disabilities? So, you gotta ask.
If you don't have abilities, surely you've got disabilities.
Yeah, well, like,
If you have 0 abilities, then you actually start having disability. It's like a plus negative thing. 0 was just nothing, and then what?
You know, for the sake of my job and keeping it, I'm not gonna comment.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, that wasn't That wasn't.
It's hard
bad
to
in
hide
any way.
behind the
I
ambiguity
asked.
of just our voices now.
No, well, I work.
It was a general question. Does he have a disability?
I know, but I work in the disability sector now, and my manager listens to this
As do
podcast.
I, Ari.
Dude,
No, John-
Yeah,
just
so
started
shut
your
your
job,
little boy
yes.
mouth.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Do you, John? Then?
I don't.
I don't.
Sometimes
Well, I
I
work
do,
with Cam,
depending on the
so-
client.
Oh, wow. He's
Define
a
work.
very talented man
He is fat too.
at nothing.
Me.
So is,
What? No,
is
Cam.
Mysterio?
Mysterio, yeah, Mysterio, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maestro.
You say Mysterio like I say Sestro.
I say cesspool.
Is he a good guy?
No, so he's a villain.
Yeah, well, okay, but it looked like in the trailer he was fighting like the Sandman.
Okay, so,
I was
alright.
confused as to maybe his moral.
His moral compass.
Yeah.
So
His questionable
I'm going
morals.
to go out on a limb and say those are illusions.
You're going out on a limb here, though.
Yeah, I am going out on a limb.
That's a disability.
So
if you got one leg, that's 3 limbs.
He's going out on a limb, not getting rid of a limb.
It's all like visual effects. And
I have to agree, it is entirely
so
visual
I
effects.
don't actually think they got giant sand and like water monsters.
I
think those might be computer generated.
Way
London
to
will
crush
be in
every
strife.
4 or 5 year old's bubble ever.
Yeah, no, so just pull your heads in for a second. I think Mysterio,
Yeah.
Robert.
I think he's like created those as illusions and is swooping in as the good guy and going like, hey, I'm saving
wow.
everything.
In like a Megamind.
in a Megamind kind of way.
Did that happen in Megamind?
It happened in something. I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
because he then creates the new hero,
Yeah, that's right.
sort of in the end.
It did feel Megamindy. Yeah, so he creates the bad thing and then he comes in and fights it, but it's actually just an illusion.
It's like the Matador, just.
Yeah. So then I'm assuming that he's like seeking fame and fortune and some kind of notoriety, but it's not actually a real threat.
Interesting.
And that he will be.
That'd be an
real
interesting way to tie the Sandman into the story, as well, sort of as a throwaway villain.
Was there even a Sandman? I know there was like a fire monster and a water monster. 'Cause
Yeah.
there was, like,
well, in the
Venice-
comics there was the Sandman.
In
for
Venice, there was some water monster that they were fighting. I think there was a fire monster as well.
Sure. Oh, you mean in the trailer? Yeah, there was
sorry,
definitely a
in the trailer.
Sandman in the trailer.
There was Sandman.
Yeah, very cool. Unless it was the water thing and I just saw it and it was a just different thing.
Could have been
Who knows?
different elements he's experimenting. But I think when we see the movie, those will be illusions.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my theory.
All right, well, that's enough of Marvel talk right now. Otherwise, Jonty would literally explode. Opens from the other.
Shanti just having some pizza right now.
I'm so
Shout
glad I
out to
caught that
pizza.
on camera. Yeah, cool.
Cool on
What's
both
the-
cameras.
one
actually.
bite, that's the rules. Everyone knows the rules. One bite.
They also know that we like cheesy crust cheeseburger pizza now.
It's good stuff.
It's damn good, isn't it?
The other trailer that I saw was the movie Us. It's Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
So it's another sort of horror thriller.
Jordan Peele, a big inspiration for our friend Greg Sestero.
Yes, absolutely. And so I'm sure he'd be interested
I think so. I
in
think
this
he'd
horror new
try
thing.
and-
He actually was telling us about the newest thing that's coming out as a horror movie.
Is that Us?
Yeah, it's Us.
Ah.
So for you guys over there, the movie Us is about this family, and they're going away on like the holiday. It looks like they're down at like a beach, and they go back to their house, and then there's these mysterious figures wearing masks that show up in the middle of the night one night, and they try and like fight them off or whatever, but somehow they all get into the house, and then they line the whole family up, and they take off their masks, and it's them.
Oh, really?
So it's like exact replicas of them.
Oh,
And then so like the new monsters are trying to kill the actual family.
yeah.
Even though they look the same. So their replicas, their clones are trying to kill them. And so it's like they won't stop until they're all dead. The trailer is awesome. We'll
I
link
wanna watch
in
that.
the link
That's
up.
creepy.
We'll play it
Oh,
afterwards.
I'm interested
cool.
in that.
That was really
Yeah.
good, man. Super duper freaky deaky. So
Kind of
I'm
want to learn
excited
more
for it.
about it though, because it sounds weird.
Yeah.
If only we did any research.
I was going to show it to you before. I forgot you guys were playing Red Dead. It slipped my mind.
I was not.
But the third and final new movie that I have heard about is Ari. We talked about this a little while ago, the Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
So there's been some announcements on that.
Yeah.
There's going to be an Uncharted movie.
Did they already do one? Like,
No, there was like a proof of concept type thing.
Yeah, but there wasn't an official proof of concept. So is that with Nathan Fillion?
It was with Nathan Fillion.
Have they actually got Nathan Fillion?
They haven't. Do you want to know who they did get?
Drake.
Tom Holland.
Close.
Yes, I did hear
okay.
that.
Yeah,
I
so
had rumours of that.
Tom Holland, who is from Spider-Man, Homecoming.
From Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Arguably is Spider-Man.
No, he's from... he came out of Spider-Man.
I heard he was a back character just in a taxi.
He plays a minor character in the films.
So, the guy who directed 10 Cloverfield Lane...
Yeah. 10 Cloverfield Lane is a...
Dan Trachtenberg?
Is it? I thought, no. No, don't worry about me.
I could be incorrect here, thinking that he directed it.
Cloverfield, I'm trying to
But
think.
also, have any of you guys seen a lot of Black Mirror?
Yes.
I've
So,
seen some.
you know the game testing one?
The
episode
Like,
where
Yeah.
he does like it's like the virtual reality horror thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He also directed that episode as well. He may have done more, I'm not sure, but I know he's done that one.
Did we discussed this last time, didn't we? The movie.
Bandersnatch?
Yeah.
We don't think we did. I think that came out.
That was pretty interesting. I watched that. I never got to the end because it got to 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I saw on there, 1.5 hour movie, until I watched 15 endings, and I was like, heck, I've got to go to bed.
Yeah.
But
Did you finish it?
It's hectic.
I haven't seen it.
It's hectic. You've got to make decisions in the movie.
It's like a choose your own
Oh,
adventure
okay.
Yeah.
Black Mirror
Well, on
episode.
Netflix.
yeah, it's crazy.
Oh.
I was thinking J.J. Abrams.
It's good too.
Yeah,
It's
that'd be
interesting,
cool.
Cloverfield Lane. He was a producer.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk
Robot.
anything about it though because he's not seen it.
Yeah, no, and I have not either, and I don't know if you've done
Bandersnatch?
Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
I don't...
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't. Like, I've honestly sat down to start, and then I've just been like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's
I
good.
just cannot commit to it.
It's good.
Would you rather just go and play a video game?
Like, I would rather sit down and watch a movie that's going to do itself, or play a video game which is entirely engaging. I don't want to have to, like...
It is a little
It's
bit.
this, it's this
yeah.
weird, like,
It
it's
is a
this weird middle ground where I should be inclined to play it, but I'm just not. Also, I find Black Mirror episodes, I can't do them back to back. You can't just watch Black Mirror episodes.
Oh, it's
They're
horribly
draining.
I
depressing.
can't binge them because it
Horribly
just
depressing.
messes with me.
It does.
Yeah.
It's the kind of show that
You need to
affects
think
you
about it
personally.
You need to think about it for a bit.
Oh, you do.
You need a day.
You
or
watch it just
a
before you
couple
go to bed,
days.
so you wreck your entire night's sleep thinking about it.
Exactly.
That's what you want.
Yeah, I remember like me and my brother, we'd watch an episode like independently, and then we'd like talk about it, and he would point out things that I hadn't noticed, and I would point out things that he hadn't noticed. But it
Things
was
that
it was like a couple
personally,
days conversation.
mentally scarred you.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it was great.
To me, it didn't. None of the episodes have fazed me at all.
Really?
It didn't bother
Big
me.
man.
I just watched them and I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. And then
Really?
that
Even the
was it.
first one?
I think I skipped the first one for some reason.
Well, you
Someone
you gotta
said,
go
"Oh,
back and
it's
watch
not
it."
that great.
Yeah.
Don't
Are
watch
you
it.
serious? It's fantastic.
The first one?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great.
I like the idea of the choose your own adventure sort of
I
thing.
know what the first one is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I thought it was
a very
fantastic.
healthy way for me to think about that concept of getting down.
So that you're not
No,
worried
that's
about?
not. I,
As in with job prospects, that one's fine?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Everyone will be alright.
I guess you can't be fired for that?
Can't be fired. Jailed, mate. No, like, cause I jumped on Netflix. I just clicked play and it went straight to season 3. That's when I picked up.
Oh, why?
Well, like,
Is that the one with the woman and all the rating system?
yes, that was the
That's
very
the same
first
thing
one.
that happened to us.
So I clicked like play on Netflix,
Yeah.
and for some reason, I don't know why it didn't start from season 1. It just started from season 3.
Maybe if it was like
Yeah,
new
exactly the
episodes
same.
and then you clicked on that, the way it's designed takes you to that season.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you would
but
know that.
Do you know what? I watched a full season the other day of another show. One season show. Fantastic. Really good.
What is
Daniel
it?
Brawl is the star. Do you know who he is?
No.
Anyway, he's a guy, actor, quite famous. The Alienist. The Alienist.
Oh,
It's a
is
show.
that
Fantastic.
Alienist.
Yes, that's a thing.
Oh,
It's
is he
real.
the dude that plays like Cutler Beckett in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies and stuff?
I don't know. But he plays... He plays...
Have you seen that movie Flight Plan with Jodie Foster?
No.
Okay.
He's
We're
in
talking
another
about the
movie.
same
He
guy.
plays Nicky Lauder in another movie as well.
Civil
Oh, of
War.
course.
I think it's the guy who plays Zemo in Civil War.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I'm actually mixing two actors up now, but I think it is Zemo.
We got this.
Yeah.
Clear,
But
concise.
regardless, it's brilliant. What it's about, it's like in the 1800s. 1800s? I don't know why I'm looking at you.
I don't know.
You have no
I've
idea?
None of
Yeah.
us have
Only
seen
time
it.
period.
Yeah.
So it was around 1800s, and it's pretty much he's trying to find like what he does for work. Back in those days, he was studying people with like
Mental-
that are crazy, pretty much, and he's trying to study their brain patterns and all that kind of thing.
Oh,
You ever
you
seen
told me
like
about this.
you ever
Yeah.
seen Stonehurst Asylum?
But anyway,
Similar thing.
what he's doing, he's trying to catch a child killer, a child raper / killer. So you don't nothing bad in the show at all. It's actually really clever and
Yeah, I've seen. It's like you seen Mindhunter?
Yeah.
It's like Mindhunter if it was set in like the 1800s.
Okay.
Sort of. Yeah, it's good.
I
Good
haven't
stuff.
seen Mindhunter, but I really like the show. It's
I find it funny how we like don't dance around like the topic of like kids being assaulted and like murdered, but we
It's the
really
80s.
dance around the topic of pigs.
it's
It's 'cause it's a little bit too serious.
yeah.
Well,
you
because
can't-
Jonty
you
was just
can't
straight down.
lightly talk about it.
Jonty was straight down the line with it. It was like, this is what it's about. Let's just keep
Well,
it.
because
to the,
I don't
We
want
don't
to
want to
dance
about-
around that subject.
I was
on the
trying
board?
to change that subject,
What else
but
is
it
on board?
didn't help
Solve
at
the
all.
crime. Let's
let's
solve
that
the
is
crime
not how
that happened that Jonty commits
We're
in,
not segue to
in
solve the
10
crime.
years.
As you're finding a story, the other thing I want to talk about is, you remember a little
I hope
while
we find,
ago,
like, a child murder. Carry
the playable teaser for Silent Hill?
Yes,
It was like the Hideo Kojima game.
it was really quite frightening
It was.
and quite repetitive.
So that game, Silent Hill, was canned. It was taken
Yes.
away, put
scary.
in a back cupboard somewhere. No, it was like it took too long to be polished, and the company wasn't happy. All this sort of stuff.
Didn't they split?
They did.
So are they
did.
back?
No.
Oh,
So that Silent Hill game, we've talked about it multiple times on the podcast, but that is basically finished somewhere in a hard drive collecting dust, never seen the light of the day. Probably, hopefully one day, but not today. Someone on Reddit posted that they spent the last 10 months making a remake of PT themselves.
yeah.
Made all of the textures and the source material and made the whole game as a remake for the PC. So because you can't download it anyway, you can't download the original playable teaser. It's just gone from the
You
PlayStation
still have it though,
store.
don't you?
I do still have it on my PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't like it went away. The only reason I still have it is because I never deleted it.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's accessible. This guy's redone it, and apparently it looks really, really good. And he's done it so you can play with VR and all
no
that.
thanks.
So
That would be
he's
scary.
done. Apparently he's done
Did
an
you
amazing
ever
job.
play the first one?
No.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
And I guess we'll put a
Goodness.
link to that or whatever because he's done some pretty good work. So
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was crazy. That was crazy. That
I
demo.
like scary games.
you don't like scary games?
Oh,
can't
especially on
handle them
VR. I played one on VR and it was terrifying. I don't know what it was, but some freaking giant hot dog with razors. That's right, you heard me. Heck
It doesn't
yeah.
seem
Seems
entirely
I know,
scary.
until you've got a 9
fun,
foot hot
actually.
dog covered in razors charging at you. It's terrifying.
Well, in which way is it covered in razors? Because I feel like if they were just hanging off him, it wouldn't even be that.
Well,
I
It'd be confusing.
I honestly think Jonty's dreamed this.
Yeah,
I was
where did
gonna
you
say
play
that.
this?
This
this
sounds
is
like
on
a dream.
this is on the HTC
Vive?
Vive thing. Yeah. So it's one of the because you know how I don't really
Where? Because you don't have a Vive, so where did you get it?
I was at a friend's house.
Uh huh. And
have
what was
friends.
his friend's name?
I
Yeah, it's unraveling. The web, we're pulling on this thread.
No, for real. I don't want to mention his name.
Alright.
That's good reasoning. But yeah, no, I played this demo. It was crazy. You can also redo 9/11 on it, which is
Wow.
From what angle?
Okay.
From what
That
angle?
seems
The case
pretty
of
bad.
telltale
No,
typing.
we're not getting out of this
Bush
because
redid
The
9/11.
case of the telltale typing. See, there's another nice example
no,
of
it's not your
alliteration there.
redoing 9/11. You are a person in the building, and
I don't like it regardless.
It's really clever.
Seems like it would offend a lot of people.
It's not to be offensive. It was supposed to be like
A simulator.
this is what happened to them.
You know, I saw Theft Simulator 2019.
Yeah,
He's
but you
stealing
have
a
you done
TV, putting
9/11
in
simulator.
No,
It's different.
You know what? I personally have never done 9/11 Simulator.
It's not. I'm not laughing here about this. This is like an actual simulator.
I don't want to say that there was laughter recorded.
Hearing giggling.
All right, let's get far away from
I think we
those.
keep that. We ain't
Let's
deleting
just-
that. We're keeping that. That's good.
So, what have
Jonty,
you got in
edit
your
that
hands,
Morgan,
Ari?
has now decided that we're going to keep
My
something.
hands. The case of the
Another
telltale
bland
typing.
solve a crime.
Very bland. So you know, what, let's just talk about. Let's just delve into all the topics that we shouldn't.
We're talking about the
Okay.
meaty ones here.
The meaty ones.
We
yeah,
went
this
from
is-
child rapists straight into 9/11.
Thanks for doing the wrap-up show of the
Yeah.
stuff we were trying to get away from,
yeah,
Jonathan.
the stuff we were really hoping our
How
listeners
about we
would
go to
gloss over.
childish Gambino and just, he's sort of out the
Perfect
music scene.
recovery.
Well, this is
Perfect
America.
recovery.
All right. The case of the... What is it?
Telltale typing.
Here
So
we
that's
go.
another nice example of alliteration there. Like we've had a couple of
Sort of.
a couple of these ones that have been nice alliteration. Yeah, so let's just jump straight in.
All right, here we go.
Different change of pace.
Straight off.
The body of the victim has been examined, photographed, and taken to the morgue. You and Lieutenant Anderson are left in the small office of writer Adam Evans. So far, so good.
So far,
Yeah,
there's
like-
actually...
I mean, apart
Honestly,
from
there's nothing
someone's
offensive.
dead.
There's nothing offensive in this.
usually we can pick apart the first paragraph, but I'm
yeah.
flabbergasted.
If we're in Red Dead, we could pickpocket him as well. Not just pick apart.
Lieutenant Anderson says, Adam was a specialist in crime stories, you know. He also specialised in gambling away his earnings and welching on his debts.
Do you need to specialise in losing all your money?
I think that's more of a quip.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70s
quip.
quip.
Wow, I'm a detective. I'll tell you that. Being able to identify quips. You say he must have welched
You're like-
on one debt too many
Quack
and died
that
for
quip.
it.
He's like Sheldon Cooper trying to pick up a joke. And no? Not happening? No.
Sorry, who's Sheldon Cooper?
Exactly.
Carry on.
According to his landlady, only 2 men called on him today.
Landlady. So they've started getting...
What? That's very progressive.
For the
That's what I was
70s.
about to-
When was this
That's what I was
You
about
would
to
think
say.
landlord. However, if you're married, right, and your husband is the landlord, does that automatically make you the landlady? I think that it does.
Maybe. But I thought
You know
that
what?
was...
It's 2019. You can be a landlady.
No,
or a
no,
this
it's
is
written-
landlord.
when was this
This is
written?
74.
1974?
It's
Oh.
in the theme song. You guys don't have to say it every week now.
I'm sorry, have you listened to the dollop?
Yeah.
Gary?
Hey, it's not Gary, it's Gareth.
Well, alright, cool. If that's not overdone, then this isn't overdone. Sorry. Sorry for that
I've lost
violent
track of
outburst. Jack and I just had a pretty big fight.
So I think we should solve a crime.
I'm sorry that everyone had to see that.
Yeah, this is this
They
is
actually
embarrassing.
got to see it as well. That's
This
the
is-
problem.
This is embarrassing for us.
Visually and verbally.
Jack and I still love each other. We just, just had some trying times. Joe Alberts and Buzz Stewart, and both of them run gambling houses that Evans was known to visit. So he's deep in debt.
Okay.
Lieutenant
At
Anderson
multiple
says,
places.
At multiple places. I already questioned them. Both admit that Evans owed them money, and they both admit coming here this afternoon. But they each said Evans already had the knife in him when they got here. So both of them saw him dead and were just like, alright.
Well, that's that debt paid.
Yeah, cool.
Also,
Can't
so
stand them
there's
anymore.
2 potential suspects now.
Yeah.
Evans and
Buzz.
Evans and Buzz. So which
so
one?
Joe Alberts and Buzz Stewart.
Where
So
Evans
Alberts
from?
and Stewart.
Is Evans the dead one?
Evans is the dead one.
Okay.
So Joe Alberts and Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. So Joe and Buzz, or Albert and Stewart, whether you want to.
So Albert and Stuart
Yeah.
are both there. Do we know which one got there first?
They both admit coming here in the afternoon, but they each said Evans already had the knife in him when they got here. So no, we don't know
So
what
no.
order.
Okay.
You take another look at the sheet of paper in Evans' typewriter with a strange line of typing. You guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
U93 space QOG34S space I8003E space J3.
Alright.
That's something.
That is some.
That's
Let
something.
me have a look at that.
Okay,
Look at
yeah.
that in your handwriting.
It's interesting. I don't know what it means. Like, doesn't look like anything to me.
Doesn't say boobies when you turn it upside down either.
Doesn't. That's
U93.
S318008.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry. Did I say S53188008?
Yep.
Okay, well there you go. All right, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like nothing to me. I think Evans typed out his killer's name, you say. The doctor said he might have lived a couple of minutes after the knife went in. And when a dying man drags himself across the room, as he must have, judging from the trail of blood on the carpet, just to get to his typewriter, he must be trying to leave a message. Yeah, that's pretty solid reasoning.
Possibly, unless there was like a pen nearby.
Or
What is his obsession with typewriters in this flipping book?
maybe, like, I would, in my dying moment, I'd probably write a pun. If I had the opportunity to write a pun, or my killer's name, I'd probably go for the pun. Just because, like, I'm already dead.
I mean, regardless, you're dead. Exactly.
I'm already dead, like...
Write a pun.
Write a pun.
Or write a poem.
Write a novel.
I don't know how much time you've got left.
You study the message for several minutes, then you snap your fingers, sit down at the typewriter, and type out the message that Evans intended to leave. Who killed Evans, and how did you figure it out? I have no idea what that is.
Snapped his
Well,
fingers.
it's got to be
and the
based on
universe
that
disappeared.
code. That's
U93
50%.
space
that's a good percentage.
QOG34S I8003E space J3.
Sorry, I missed all of that.
Yeah, okay.
one more time.
Perfect. One more. You know what? Maybe if you want to get your phones out and type it out or something. I don't know.
All right, let's
take a
record
photo.
it. Let's
Yeah.
write this down.
No, maybe take a quick photo.
Let's
That'd
beat
be
this
quicker.
out.
I'm just messaging people.
If you're listening at home,
Okay, cool.
if you're listening at home, follow along. Ready?
Oh, I thought we were taking a photo.
Oh, we take a photo then.
No, well, it would help if you type it out. Because
All right, let's type
you
it
ever
out.
heard about putting your phone on mute?
It was, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was never on mute. Just acknowledge it. Just don't.
Jack and Jonty about to throw hands
I mean, it's not like it happened once.
Tiger Fonix office.
It's an honest mistake. It's happened.
Who wants to see the first fight in a podcast on video?
U93.
I think we're past this now.
Okay, well let's just move past. All right, I'm just gonna.
All right,
read
give it to us. I don't know what that is. I'm stumped.
Do we even try?
Not really. This is the hardest one we've had yet.
I don't like the fact that as soon as the going gets tough, we just go to the answer straight away. But
Well, we can't
Yeah,
only
can we
talk
ha-
about
can we
nothing
quick-
for so long.
Quickly try and guess it.
yeah. Quickly.
It was one of the guys.
You know
it was
what?
somebody.
Jonty's onto it. I think it was one of the guys.
You guys want to
Let's
take
all
a,
have a guess.
you guys
Because
want to take a guess whether it was?
It wasn't Buzz. It was Albert.
It was Peter.
It was the
Was
land
was there a
lady.
Peter?
Is it, you can answer the landlady.
Like it's definitely wrong.
All right, well
This guy. B.
all right,
this guy.
this one is
She's
honestly.
landlady.
We've had some before. Like, if you've listened to the podcast and heard some of these before, some of them were so easy, where it was just like the only person in the room was clearly the one who did it.
And this is next level,
This
not
is
easy.
This is next level. This is next level.
This is when the guy wasn't totally drunk.
Yeah, this was
Writing
this
the
was his best work.
This is what he started with.
This is his. What is his?
This is what he started with, and then they said
can
to him,
tell-
"You've got 2 weeks left to write the rest of it."
Yeah.
He's like, "Heck, I've got to get working."
This is his Sistine Chapel.
This is his Sistine Chapel. This is his Sistine Chapel. Joe Alberts was the murderer.
Can
I told you, did I not say? Did I not say?
Jack did say it.
Can you explain why?
In touch typing, the 8 fingers are put on the home row of keys before any typing is done. The letters ASDF for the left hand,
Yep.
JKL for the right hand.
That's why those movies,
why the
those
F-
cartoons, are ASDF movie.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you what?
Yeah,
This isn't a revelation. I was just pointing it out.
Oh, okay. I thought. Yeah, okay.
That's why the F and the J have little nibbly bits on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're on the keyboards. You actually put your hands on them and you rest your fingers there.
So
when
you
you're
know
touch typing.
what they are. Yeah.
The letters ASDF for the left hand, JKL for the right hand. From these positions, the fingers reach out automatically for the other letters.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. When you become a touch typer, it kind of becomes automatic.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm
Right.
sorry, I'm a typist. You have realised that Evans, in his weakened condition, must have started typing with his fingers on the wrong row of keys. By working one row higher, you work out the message. Joe Alberts killed me. That one is hard.
It's good though.
It's good.
That is bizarre.
Is he
That's all-
necessarily touch typing though? If he's dying, like, wouldn't you just be like?
Also,
You know, he's like,
I can picture
I'm
him.
dying, but I have.
It's 1974.
He's sitting
I have
upright.
perfect form.
Like this, sitting upright, just like, okay, licking his fingers, chucking the paper in, just like.
That's what I mean. I'm like, surely writing it with a
Surely
pen
he
and
just
paper.
could have whipped out his iPhone and just written a note.
Yeah. Like, #stabbed.
Or,
Instagram story.
or like, you know, don't you
Stabbed.
think you would have at least got a glimpse midway through his sentence, like, oh, I've dang messed up. Better quickly, you know, get a bit of blotting material. So
I've lost track of what
I needed
Jonty's
someone to
talking
save me
about.
there. Bit of blotting.
Well, they had that, right? What did they? The little
That's
dabs,
what I mean. He
little
couldn't
dabs.
backspace. It's on paper with ink.
But that was a good one. That
That
was
was a very good
that was
one.
very well written.
So I think we were so
Not a lot of comedy
lulled
there.
into complacency that we were not ready.
we're getting
Do you reckon
smashed out
that's
of the
what
park.
his theme is? But the thing is, our entire book is like you're like page 3, 4, 77, 12, 14.
Yeah, there's no real. Maybe there's an order to them. They get progressively more difficult. But
It
we
still
didn't.
worked.
Yeah, cool. That was the cybercrime.
So
We didn't solve it.
We did. We did terrible.
Actually, I want to know how many solver crimes we've solved. I think it's all of them, except maybe 2. Maybe 2.
But that one we didn't get. You mean we weren't able to guess it before the answer was read, right? Because
Yes,
we never
yeah,
left
of
it
course.
open. So I think we've gotten. I reckon you're right. Maybe 2. That one and one other one we couldn't get.
Yeah, I think that's it. Probably our first one. I don't think we solved the first one.
Maybe.
I don't recall.
Our
Maybe-
ratio's pretty good.
Maybe
We solved the crime.
Fletch. Maybe Fletch Stargazer, who's our number 1 listener.
He's been dropped to number 2 now.
Has he?
Up your viewing. Nah, I'm just saying that so he works hard.
Yeah. He's listened to all of them, so he'll be able to tell us exactly what ones we solved and didn't solve.
Very cool. Kanye.
I don't know if I mentioned it a little while ago, but I had this stint of people would just come up to me
Where's this going?
out and about at shopping centers or whatever and just ask for help. Like, I was walking through a car park and a woman was like, excuse me, and I was like, yeah, what's up? And she's like, do you know where Morfett Road is? And I'm at the shopping center. I'm like, it's that road right there, that main road, that's Morfett Road. She's like, oh, okay. And gets in the car and drives off. And I was at Coles and some woman goes, excuse me, do you have the time? I'm like, and this happened like 3 or 4 times in a week. Just little things like that. And I'm like, what is it about me? Why are people coming up to me and asking for stuff? So a couple of days ago, I was filling up the car with petrol. And this woman comes over and she's like, excuse me, sorry to interrupt you. But would you be able to come and give us a hand with something? And I was like, oh yeah. And so she's got the bonnet up on her like brand new Audi. And she's looking to where the windscreen wiper thing is to put water in. But she's unscrewed the oil canister.
Oh.
And she had the jug in her hand about to pour like
Water
windscreen wiper water into her oil.
Have you seen what happens when you do that?
No, but I can only imagine.
Oh, you should see pictures.
I should have told her to do it.
It looks
and then
like
I would have known.
green custard that comes out the bottom. Seriously.
gross.
Because water and oil mix, right?
No.
No, not at all.
That's why when there's oil
People
spills, it's not actually a big deal in the ocean and stuff. Pelicans and stuff love it.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
Enron, please sponsor us.
Just cook their schnitzels and chips in them.
So I tell her what the thing is. She goes,
They
"Oh yeah."
are the schnitzel though. The thing is, a pelican and a freaking penguin, they're the schnitzel. Getting like lathered in this.
What is happening on that couch?
It was like they just cooked their schnitzel in it. I'm like, no, they are the schnitzel.
Okay, nice.
Can you isolate the different mics and
I
just
certainly
chop
hope so.
2 of them out?
I still have 2 different episodes
two,
going
yeah.
on.
Sheesh.
Like 1 and 2. Cut. This will be great.
Yeah, so I was able to give her a hand and tell her which one to put the
So
water in.
what was the original? So she had no idea. So she was like, I need to get someone.
They had like there's two caps on the engine block of the
Yeah.
Audi. She had both of them off, but she was like going between the two, like it's got to be one of those. I'm not sure what the other one was, maybe coolant or something. And she was like, it's got to be one of those. Water in the coolant wouldn't have been the worst thing.
No, that would
That'd
be
be
fine.
fine.
But then she was eyeing off that oil. It's actually just this one with the picture of the windscreen. She's like, oh, okay, that's lucky. He's like, thank you. And I was like, you realize that question just saved you
A lot of money.
so much money.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, obviously good to ask. But again, I was like, what is it about me?
Did you
Yeah,
ask?
I would not approach you on the street.
I wouldn't.
I know you, and I still wouldn't approach you.
Yeah, when we see each other,
we walk straight past each other.
Sometimes I knock on his front door and I leave.
yeah, or stay in your car for 45 minutes before you come to the door.
Yeah, well, because like I found out today, I'm knocking on the damn door and no one's coming, so I have to call you.
I was on the toilet.
You were, but you could have shouted. But like,
I didn't know you were knocking on the door.
I was knocking
I
hard.
rocked up once Jack was in the shower. Got to hear him sing.
I think I was actually listening to a podcast.
You were. That's right. You were listening to a podcast. I was like, that's kind of...
I'm a big fan of podcasts.
Self-gratifying. Self-gratification
I'm a big fan of podcasts.
Ours in particular.
Yeah. I was trying to find sound bites to put into the theme song, which this is actually the first... Did we talk about that at the start of the episode?
Yeah.
We did,
Oh, we
but
First with the theme song. We're talking about first video. This is the first time with the official theme song.
The official theme
it's
song.
due to change next episode, though.
So yeah, that was produced and put together by Pelly D, Pel Dog,
Don't look at
our
us.
producer
Pelly D.
friend. So shout out to you, my dude. Thank you
Yep.
for that. It was great.
Has he listened to the podcast?
He is. He has listened to it.
He is.
He's currently
He is.
listening.
He is listening to
He
it
is
right
listening. Podcast.
Nice.
Good.
now. Yeah.
Did you say Pelly D?
Pelly D.
Is
Yeah.
he like off the spin off of Jersey Shore, like Paulie D?
I think
that's
he's just
our
a-
producer.
I think it's our
Show
producer.
some respect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he's obviously from the Geordie Shore.
Oh, right.
clearly.
Tisk.
Tisk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geordie Shore. Yep. Cool.
So anyway, I was at to continue on with my Marion story. I was at Marion, found a sweet park. Was only in there for about 40 minutes, and when I came out, my passenger side mirror had been snapped off.
Oh, what?
It had been snapped to the point where it was like bent, like perpendicular with the car. No, parallel with the car.
Yeah, like out. The
Like it was
glass
pressed up
facing
against
out.
the car.
Yeah, but facing outwards, so the mirror was just like showing.
So you
the
could
side
look
of
at
it.
yourself in the glass. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
awful.
bad. That sucks.
So when we went to push it back off, the whole thing just snapped off.
Yeah.
I don't know who did it. I don't know how that was done.
I mean, I can do it again.
It's a high, like you have a four-wheel drive as well, don't you? So that would have been a fairly high vehicle to hit it.
Yeah, it wasn't
yeah,
a
it had to
vehicle
be.
because it wasn't like a door opened onto it. There's no damage on my door. Someone just body checked it on the way past.
Ah, far
They've
out.
probably ran through it or something.
That's a hard thing to do as well.
Yeah, I want to know how it was done.
I've hit people's mirrors on my motorbike.
And they haven't come up.
Well, fine.
Yeah.
Because I would stop. I'd stop next to them.
See, a lot
I'd
of
get them to check it, and like 3 out of 3 have just told me to wave on. I'm a terrible motorbike rider.
I hear that. I think every story
Well,
they've
did
told
you-
on the podcast about your motorbike has been bad.
Did you happen to be in Marion around about the same time as Jack?
I did. I just gave your car just a full elbow.
Yeah. Well, I hope you hurt your arm, you douchebag. There's
I hope you
$100.
slightly hurt your arm.
There's $180 to get it replaced.
Oof.
Ouch.
But it was very quick. You did it in like 15 minutes.
That's devastating. It's even worse.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I should get into installing mirrors.
And washing windows.
No.
Nah.
Shout out to Lando.
He does both of those things.
That was the joke. That was honestly the joke.
I know, I was informing,
liked it.
I was
I thought it
informing
was
the
good, Ari.
podcast because, they don't know that. You
That's
just made
true.
an inside joke on a podcast.
That's true. You're
and
right.
I just filled him in. Don't talk down to me like that
Perfect.
when you're in the wrong. Alright, we've clarified that. So, I think we should talk about Lando a little bit. He's such an idiot. Your turn.
What do you think about Lando, Ari? We've got your
Absolutely
feelings
numpty.
recorded. He's due to come back on an episode soon, and he's going to be coming out swinging. It's going to take 15 minutes to get
He's
to
going, yeah.
to get to the rebuttal, but he'll get there.
We're out. No, I was out with him, but we were like on a pub crawl, and like halfway through the night, he just decides that he's gonna just punch a guy as hard as he can in the nads.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
Just
Hang
full-
on, wait, what was his relation with this guy?
like friends, but like
Not with benefits.
not.
No, he
like,
he likes him more than he's liked by the person, probably.
I would say that's pretty consistent with all of his friends.
You said it. You said it.
That's
We all
not
got it.
necessarily true. That's not necessarily true.
But yeah, just like full punch to the nads, and I was like, you know what? I'm glad that wasn't me. Like,
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
can't
rough.
respect that.
It's
yeah.
kind of weird.
It's a bit of a dick move.
Well done. Welcome back to the podcast, Jonathan.
I'm not gonna laugh about that.
So
It's quite sensitive.
It's rough though when a friend does that to you.
Yeah, it's ultimate
it
betrayal.
hurts emotionally and physically.
you can't trust them anymore.
Yeah, you're just like
You actually
we're done.
can't. That is a breach of trust.
Like you guys don't have. Do you have a brother?
I do, yeah. A little brother.
Yeah.
Do you, like I don't know about you, but me and my brother, we can't walk past each other in a hallway, without turning our backs and covering ourselves. Because
that
like
concerns
as kids,
me.
no, you guys don't have.
What are you
You guys
covering?
don't have the bits,
Oh, the front.
the front bits.
I was thinking the back.
Oh no, no. So like pretty much like
They're hardcore tuckers in the Moser family.
for like the first like 16 years of my life, if I walked past my brother, he would try and slap me in the nads, and I would try and slap him in the nads. It was pretty much just like if we were in arm's reach, we were gunning to hit the other person. So now that we're adults,
Still
it kind of
happens,
carries
doesn't
on.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like we can't like even though that it won't happen anymore.
I love it how you're like, now that we're adults, we still do it.
No, we don't do it anymore. But also, it's affected other parts of my life. Like it's really affected other parts of my life.
Like reproduction.
No.
Ari's wedding night, he spent the entire evening like this.
No, so I've like
Don't touch him.
Getting near, just like, whoa, hey.
so I was
Get away.
As she was walking down the aisle to him, he was like,
It was not honestly not that far up. So
Wearing
I was
your
dating
top.
a girl for a while, and like anytime I would be sitting next to her and she would make a sudden movement, I would full flinch and like
and then
curl
just
my legs up.
punch her in the.
And then in the
Like,
knee.
and just like cover myself and like try and stop her from like hitting me in the testicles. But obviously that wasn't her intention. Because
That we know.
Wow.
that would like she wasn't planning on like punching me in
Wow,
the nads.
wow.
But like it was just like this reaction. Like if anyone makes a sudden movement near me, I will protect myself. Like a
Like that?
Yeah, like
He's very
that.
good.
Like
He's
that.
very
On
good.
camera.
Well done. Well played.
So
Don't even flinch.
so yeah, like she
You
would
just
always,
like,
I don't know whether she started doing it on purpose, but she'd start like flinching, and I would full flinch, and she'd be like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "Cause you're gonna punch me."
Do you have the rules about if you flinch and then you get hit?
No, we didn't have those rules because we were.
Had she done it before? Like, is that why you were?
No, she hadn't done it before. She did do it. She did do it once. It happened once.
Didn't happen again.
No, it did not
Solve
happen
a
again.
crime.
Solve a crime.
Solve a crime. So
Who did it?
It's time to just say all the names of our random segments. Jonty's random room item.
Oh yeah, we should do that since
You wanna do it?
mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
it's almost as
the
if that's
problem
the
is-
reason I mentioned it.
Good segue. Now, as you can visually see for the first time, we're not in Jack's room.
But you wouldn't be able to see that. Jonty, this is the first time they've ever seen what room we record in.
Yeah,
They
but
don't know that this is different from the room we record in. Because they have no concept of a different room.
they have seen within the room.
Oh, you think you're so funny.
They have seen within the room. There's pictures on the Facebook.
It's true, but I mean, it's not that different.
Yes, it's quite different.
It is quite different.
There is
So-
literally nothing on the walls.
That's true. So this is
Completely
a
different.
different room. This is not the room that we usually record in the studio because it's like 40 degrees.
Give or take 40, yeah.
it's hot.
It's really hot.
It's very hot.
And this room is a lot more open. There's an air conditioner in it and that sort of thing. The other room is a lot smaller.
There is.
It's not running because it's too loud for the podcast.
Yeah, but it was running up until, and it will be running again the moment we stop recording.
This is dedication to craft.
Yeah, and we've kept our shirts on.
And we've kept our
And
shirts on.
Ari has kept his jockstrap on, which is always, you know,
Good.
I don't mind either way.
It's always good to be kept
Nothing
up.
you haven't seen before.
Yeah, exactly. Or tasted, so.
Oh wow. Okay.
So technically, this whole room could be the random room item, but
it's
I
not,
won't
is it?
allow you to do it.
No.
You have to think of something else. But there's not a whole lot for you to work with.
There was one thing that I was going to mention earlier, which was the soundboard. It's not a soundboard. It's a chop that board. What is it called? Tell me.
It's a clap.
Clap.
It's a scene
It's
clap.
You wanna
it's
hold that
a
for the
clap.
camera?
Yes.
I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but Jonty, do you know what that's for? It's gonna be so good from that.
really.
Did you really get your nose?
Yeah, it was all deliberate for the show. Tiger Fonix Studios in the back there.
So do you know what that's for?
For the sound, so you know where to cut or something.
It's for syncing up, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know where to start.
Oh, you're gonna insult
That's
me.
cool.
No, I was just wondering if you knew.
I'm just super like.
I honestly didn't know that.
It's for productions like now where
Please don't do it again.
we're running separate audio and visual.
Yeah.
It syncs them up. You know where you can place all of
You've got
them.
this loud sound that you can.
This is
cool.
the Solver Crime book, by the way, in its like natural form, right here on the. And look, if you haven't seen, that's Solver Crime.
It's a pretty old book, right?
So as you can
That's
see,
1974.
we go from page. What do we got here? 85. What's next? Oh, page 48.
What is he doing?
I have no idea.
Excellent.
He just remembered we had cameras.
It's like he's talking to the cameras. There's no mic over there. What are you doing?
Jonty just realised he can see himself in the camera.
there's just gonna be like silent mumblings. And can I actually just hijack the room review? Like looking around the room. Can I point you towards like the plant that's just under the TV?
No.
It's a story. I see a story right there. So
Do you see a story or a dead
wow,
plant?
Mark, what a story.
yeah.
It's
What a-
beyond
what a
dead.
story, Greg. No, so there's a dead plant, but next to it is also like an empty water bottle, like the
you
spray
gave
water
up.
bottle, like the kind that you would like spray a plant with if you were trying to keep it alive.
And then you ran out of water.
So I've created a story in my mind of this plant that they filled up this water bottle. They started like watering it,
And then as soon as it ran out,
they ran out of water.
they're just like,
And
there's no way we can possibly do that.
there's three meters between like the water bottle and the kitchen, and they were just like, it's too hard.
Solve a crime.
So-
Joe did
Just
it.
figured it
Joe
out.
did
Plant
it.
died.
It's Joe again.
I think that plant is diseased though. I mean, we tried and it
Disease.
died.
Did you?
It's got death in it. Death.
That's a
It's
byproduct of no
suffered a-
water.
It suffered a serious case of deadness. Yeah.
Everyone has to smell the Solve a Crime book.
No.
Smell that. That is old.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It sure is.
It's quite sweet.
does it smell like old people food?
No, it smells good, like sweet
Smells
nectar.
Sweet 1974 nectar.
Let me get a.
It's a bit sweet, isn't it?
I'm not. No, it doesn't smell sweet.
It smells
It's
old.
got
It smells
sweet.
rustic.
It smells like
smells like old
sandalwood.
paper.
It smells
No,
like it's
it
been in a
doesn't.
crate for 100 years.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
Sandalwood.
I know what
But
sandwich.
what I like is that we've got to the point where we're now smelling the book. I just took a sweet
Quality
rip
content.
of a
Quality content.
1974 book. I think it's time to wrap up the podcast.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That's your job.
Is that okay, Jonty? Like, are we allowed to?
Johnny, you want to mention any other cringy, edgy topics before we leave? Good. No. All right. Well, thank
My
you
mouth
very
is
much.
open with a yes.
Thank you very much for listening and apparently in this case watching the Tiger Fonix podcast, episode number 40. I was your host, Jack Houston.
I was Ari Moser.
Hang on a second. I like how I've been demoted. I've noticed from the very beginning. I know this was predetermined, I'm sure.
Meditated?
Conceived,
You could have
Here we
sat
go,
on
the
this
edgy
couch.
again.
No, that's not what it is.
You were on that couch.
We're going to address this at a later date.
Okay, well let's restart the outro.
No, let's recap. No, that's not. Let's end it there. Recapping's dangerous.
I will give you my my outro spot.
No, that's right. So, I'm Jonty.
I never mentioned he was a co-host. I just said I'm the host. No one's a co-host
Well, alright. It's just that normally the order, it's changed. Things are changing.
We're all equally worthless.
this week. All right, let's do it again. All right, rewind, erase. Thank you for watching the Tiger Fonix podcast, episode number 40. I was your host, Jack Houston, my co-host.
Ari Moser.
You started again. Killed it. Killed the vibe.
Because Jack was still talking. I didn't
Yeah.
realize. So I was the co-host, Ari Moser.
I'm
I was
just
redoing
like
it so that Jonty could be the co-host.
I'm just like the third party and fire and theft now. You know?
Third party fire and theft
Yeah.
to your hands.
That's
And
me.
I'm your host, Jonathan Wallace.
Brilliant. All right, well, thank you very much for listening and watching, guys, and we will catch you next week.
See ya.